Hey, mind if I join you? Not at all, as long as you don't want to talk about Picard. Of course you do. Okay, let's cut out the middleman, and you just give me all of the criticisms. Don't you remember when Picard had a beginning, a middle, and an end? Oh, definitely, like best of both worlds. Exactly. You know, I can't decide which one I like better, part 1 or part 2. You son of a bitch! Or the serialization that they did in Deep Space Nine, where the last 8 episodes all interconnected. You remember that. Something people don't like that much. The Dominion War. You know that's disingenuous. Most of Star Trek was not serialized. And yet, some of the most loved episodes and story arcs used serialization. You're telling me that the Zhat Vash would kill hundreds of thousands of their own people when there is a fleet that is about to help them just because they hate synths so much. Starfleet, the perceived enemy of the Romulan Star Empire for not decades, but centuries, is creating an armada to go into their territory, and you don't think some would consider that an invasion. That is beyond paranoid thinking. Starfleet was obviously trying to help out. You would have to be insanely distrustful of the other side to believe they were doing an invasion. Yeah, that type of thinking damn near sounds Romulan. What about other species in the Federation that were racist? Can you tell me where your god is on that one? That's true. In Star Trek Picard, they did appear to have some racism within the different Federation members. Exactly. I don't know. I figured they were taking inspiration from TNG's The Drumhead, or TNG Redemption Part 2, or even Chief O'Brien in DS9 and TNG, but, you know, do I really need to go on? So you think you have me on this one, but you don't. I get it. Individuals can be racist. Chief O'Brien, others. But an entire species, please. They wouldn't let them in if they were racist. It simply doesn't happen. Species have always worn hats. You've always had the logical race, the warrior race. So now that you have a species that may be racist, all of them may be racist, that's nothing new. It's a requirement for being in Star Trek to wear a hat. I really hate so much that you use logic and the source material to counter these criticisms. You and some YouTube channels, man, I'm right there with you. It's impossible that you have a counter for every criticism that's been put out there. Given that most claims are unresearched, I really can, yeah. The Tal Shiar tool that recreates crime scenes. Tricorders. Why didn't the Zhat Vash delete the entire day instead of just up to the killing? Because assassins never make mistakes. I mean, even really good ones. The Federation is using synths as slaves. Starfleet would never do that. Yeah, Starfleet used a slave race in Author, and they continue to after that episode. And they never talked about stopping it. That's just someone making stuff up. Jesus Christ, man. Are you telling me Picard is perfect? Not at all. There's actually a lot of things you can be critical of the show for. I hate you. The sheer fucking hubris. Look, if you want to be critical of Star Trek Picard, that's great. There's a lot of reasons to do so. It's too gritty. You don't like the language. There's poverty within the actual show, which could be explained, but hasn't yet. There's an actual good argument for it being episodic and not serialized, especially when you do it CBS's way, which is stupid, making it come out every week, versus all at one time, like Netflix or Disney+. I agree that the Zhat Vash currently make no sense. There are really, really good reasons not to like this series. So you're saying to be reasonable. Exactly. Just hate it for what it is. Just be reasonable in your criticisms. Unfortunately, the fact that I'm not going on a hate train or a love train means that I spent 2 days on this skit and I'm going to get no views, which is why no critics are reasonable anymore. Yeah, I agree. Jack all in views. Man, you should just look at digitally animated ships, just put them on screen and then break down the schematics. That's where the fucking money is. All right, man, good talk. I'm really excited, though. Let's talk about why the new Star Wars sucks. Oh, for the love of Christ.